Hey, what's up? I'm Dennis, and I'm a cinematographer here in Toronto, Canada. We're here shooting 2 videos for local-based artists named 26mm. So we're here at this warehouse just off DuPont. We kind of picked it for the practicality of just having different spaces that we can kind of organize into different scenes. For example, behind me is one of our big set pieces here. We kind of picked spaces all around that we can just vary up the scenes and keep the video interesting. We talked early on the juxtaposition of having scenes that were just kind of naturally lit and just embracing the space for what it is, and then scenes where we would actually light it in a lot more of a stylistic way. So specifically downstairs at the basement, we knew that especially at this time of day, the windows face the south, sun comes in really nicely. Once you haze up the room, you get really good beams in there. We didn't really need much else. We just kind of put a sky pan way off to the side and then just kind of fill them in from afar and just let the space kind of do its own thing. It was just a scene about creating a lot of energy and kind of mood in the space. It was really just a combination of Steadicam flying in and out on a wide, kind of dutching a lot, and then I got in there a little bit afterwards with some handheld stuff, just slow frame rate, dragging the shutter, and just kind of create a little bit more of a accentuated vibe in there. Camera package for this was just Alexa Mini with ultra primes. Obviously music videos are kind of tough sometimes with budget, so I think just picking a set that's very practical and giving you a good image, fast T-stop, and ideally in the same weight class so that the Steadicam operator can kind of just pop it on and changing over and rebalancing the Steadicam is not going to be too hard. Yeah, nothing too crazy. I think sometimes when you just lean into what you have, you can get a lot out of just using even the simplest things. Of course, the Alexa and Ultra Primes, and I mean basically almost everything you see on set today is all from OC. I would say it's a fairly straightforward package. Again, you don't really need a whole lot. You'll be amazed sometimes at what you can make happen with 1 or 2 lights, or like you saw downstairs in some cases, sometimes with no light at all. You're just kind of working with it naturally. Our crew here today is it's fairly small, but everyone kind of is involved in their own specific role. Director, production team, producer, and PC. My team specifically, it's just a first AC, second AC, and then of course our Steadicam operator, and then our grip and gaffer. It's a very light team, and I think the advantage that we had on this weekend is that we got in early on yesterday to kind of start decking and lighting the space, and we actually were able to work ahead and start on today's stuff yesterday in terms of lighting. So it gave us the flexibility of just always being able to jump ahead and prep every scene before the previous scene finishes up. It's made our day a lot easier. It maximizes the amount of content you can actually get and keeps everybody moving. Thanks for joining us on set, and shout out to OC for always supporting us.